What's good? What's good? What's the damn deal? 3kingsboxing.com is in the building. Back once again. It's been a long time. I had a lot of cats hitting me up, bro. They was like, yo, when y'all coming back, man? When y'all gonna do the show? When y'all gonna talk some shit? When y'all gonna give us some drama, some expert analysis, something, dog? And I'm like, hey, man, when you got something, you got a business to run, dog. Comes harder to do this YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard to do that shit, dog. Especially when we're trying to get y'all as much content as we can on the website. We're trying to bring as much content as we can on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever we at. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube takes a back burner. But when we get on this motherfucker, we expect y'all to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Shout out to the family, my man Bo Bland, of course, my man Bakari Simpson, lead journalist, my man Michael Wilson, my man Jermell Fletcher, my man Adrian Tillock, aka Red. Shout out to the whole motherfucking Three Kings boxing family as we get into this shit. And shout out to my Brazil. Haven't seen her in a very long time. Threw $5 on it. She said half the show. A little love. That's what's up. Appreciate that, my Brazil. The biggest thing, go ahead, Bo.
I gotta give a shout out to Amina K. That shit she told dude about gurgling Wilder's balls.
Oh yeah, when that nigga was talking about it was something about Deontay Wilder. He was tripping about something. I don't even remember, dog. But the nigga jumped on there talking shit and called her a coon. And she went back and said, "Hey man, take them nuts out your motherfucking mouth."
She said, "I'm sure Wilder's fiance be glad you take his nuts out your
That shit was hilarious.
Oh, man. That shit was it.
I didn't know Amina K had that type of shit in her.
That shit, she said, he tried me.
I didn't know she had that in her, dog.
Oh, dog.
That shit was funny as fuck. That's going on the Three Kings Classic right there.
No shit.
Yo, the biggest thing I want to highlight in this one, you know, we kind of going to isolate just, you know, what's happened and shit
Exactly.
In terms of this fight card. Of course, the biggest thing that happened is the undisputed clash between Brian Castano and Jermell Charlo. But I want to talk a little bit about how people doubted Brian Castano. And it's hilarious because a lot of cats doubted him only because they didn't think Brian Castano was a good fighter. They had never heard of this guy, right? And you have to go back and say, hey, man, this dude fought guys like Jack Colque in the amateurs, right? He beat, Esquiva Falco, who's a highly touted, undisputed prospect right now. He defeated him, right? He beat Errol Spence, who's a fucking unified welterweight champion right now, right? One of the best in the business. My number 2 pound for pound right now. Yep. If he beats Manny Pacquiao, motherfucker might be number 1. Just depends. Right? But this dude is not a walk in the park. And we were trying to telecast that, right? Had that draw with Arislan Lara, where a lot of people thought Brian Castano was going to win that fight.
Sure did.
Right? But it's funny because you can't really tell a casual anything when they're setting their mind, right? They're setting their ways. Look at some of these fucking comments, man. You know, you got dudes saying, if you know boxing, that nigga gonna beat the brakes off him. Okay. Mel gonna KO his ass. Oh, okay. Right. You know, my man Corey Cunningham at the bottom, he said this is gonna be a very technical and entertaining fight. Right.
That was right on.
No, nobody liked that shit though.
No.
Fuck this nigga. Right. Let me fuck this nigga, dog.
Fuck this nigga.
Right.
Oh shit. No, nobody liked that shit for whatever reason. And it's fucking crazy though. As my man Prodigy got off here and stuff, he'll be back on. Y'all don't worry about it. But here's the deal, you guys, man. If you guys watch boxing and you know boxing, one thing is we don't buy into the hype. This is why we tell y'all niggas stop going along with your favorite motherfucking fighter. All right, stop riding the coattails of these fighters simply because he got a name. You supposed to look these dudes up, right? Because when you look these guys up, man, that's when you find out everything you need to know about who these motherfuckers are.
Right.
Y'all niggas got to start doing your own research. Stop.
Exactly.
You know what the problem is with boxing? Boxing got too many niggas with a pack mentality. Like y'all niggas think, oh, he popping, I'm gonna jump on his shit. No.
Right. Right. I had them butterfingers, man. I clicked on the wrong shit. My bad, nigga. Let me go to this article right here.
Well, that's what happens when you live up in the mansion up there in Texas. But we ain't gonna.
Let me go to this shit right here, man. Now you got some cats in here saying, like this cat right here, saying this isn't gonna be a no walk in the park, right?
Right.
This cat right here said these boys can't get a credible fight, understandably, because they do take a lot of punches that credible seasoned fighters would exploit and shut them down, but give them a shot. He's basically on the Charlo side, but he's saying that this isn't a credible fight for Jermell. Now, either this nigga didn't know that this is an undisputed fight, or he's just really on Jermell Charlo and is trying to tell cats, hey, if it's not a big name that everybody knows, then it doesn't matter. Either way, that's a casual statement, right? You got a nigga down here saying, tough war for who? Shake my head, another tune-up, right?
Oh, no, he did.
You got a nigga right here, Castano who, right? You got a nigga right here saying it was a cherry pick. You got another nigga down here saying, when will these Charlo sisters stop fighting tomato cans? Stupid shit like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Some nigga said 8-round knockout.
Yeah. Right. So that's what I'm talking about. And then when we come on here, not just on the podcast, but we tell you guys on 3kingsboxing.com via our articles and say, hey, this Castano cat is the real deal. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of motherfuckers out there that are basically laughing at what we say, laughing at what our writers say, but then it always comes back and hits you right in your ass, man. When you're in boxing and you got a lot of hate from motherfuckers, dog, it never bodes well for you.
No.
It never does, bro.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Just be objective. Watch the goddamn fights, right? If you don't know who a fighter is, go look them up. Go to 3kingsboxing.com. We got prospect watches, all types of articles on motherfuckers that you ain't never heard of if you don't know who the guy is. Exactly. Or go somewhere else and look them up before you fucking make a comment and make yourself look stupid. You see what I'm saying? But Brian Castano has always shown that he's had the ability to be a problem for any fucking body. And if you hadn't heard of Brian Castano, right, all you had to do is go back to the Erislandy Lara fight.
That's it, really.
Brian Castano arguably won that fight. Granted, it was after Jared Hurd. And a lot of people were thinking Lara didn't have his legs anymore, right? But that Jared Hurd fight was close as fuck. If Erislandy Lara didn't go down in the 12th round, right, he got dropped in the 12th. If he didn't get dropped, he possibly won that fight, right?
That's very true, yeah.
And Brian Castano takes him on after that and gives him all the fuck he can handle. So if you don't know who these guys are, just look them up, man. It's not that difficult. Bo, what did you think about this fight, man? Mel looked... And let me say this before we do that. Mel has looked vulnerable several times in his career. Actually, watching him give up round after round after round, dog, wasn't a surprise to me at all. Did the same thing against John Jackson, right? Did the same thing against Tony Harrison, right? John Jackson actually had a sizable lead on the nigga until he landed a counter right hand, knocked him the fuck out, right? Tony Harrison, although I thought Jermell won that fight, Jermell gave up rounds that he shouldn't have by allowing Tony Harrison to establish the jab and pretty much dictate the pace of the rounds that he won. So Jermell is known for doing this, and I'm going to say something. A lot of niggas might disagree. I don't give a fuck, right? When Jermell left Ronnie Shields and started fucking with Derek James and took on that whole Errol Spence type of style where he's flat-footed and he's trying to knock niggas the fuck out, that's when you stop seeing Jermell being able to keep a fight in the middle of the ring. That's when you started seeing Jermell getting outboxed by niggas he shouldn't be getting outboxed by, right? When he was with Ronnie Shields, he was actually outboxing niggas like Vanez Martirosyan. Now, some dumb motherfucker recently, Bo.
Don't tell me nigga didn't know who Vanez Martirosyan.
It's not even about yes, but it's worse. It's worse than that. This dumb motherfucker said, cycle the comments. This dumb motherfucker said this. Ah, man, Andrade ain't done shit in his career. That motherfucker got dropped by Vanez Martirosyan. This is the same motherfucker that Triple G knocked out in 2 rounds. That nigga's a bum.
You got
but they had no idea that Vanez Martirosyan, the one that fought Demetrius Andrade, was an undefeated fighter, one of the best 154 pounders in the division, and nobody wanted no smoke at that time. Andre was a nigga that stepped up to the plate. You see what I'm saying? So when Jermell fought him, same type of deal, right? And that fight was arguably a draw. I had that fight a draw, right? But I could see Jermell taking that fight. I could also say, give somebody credit. They said Vanes Martirosyan might have won by a round. But the reason why Jermell escaped that particular fight is because he was outboxing Vanes Martirosyan. Martirosyan had a better jab at times in that fucking fight, which was amazing to me, right? But that Jermell that was with Ronnie Shields, he was outboxing motherfuckers, man. When he went over to Derek James, that's when you see this nigga standing there flat-footed, trying to knock niggas the fuck out, getting caught, getting outboxed by John Jackson. So this is no surprise. And if you know boxing, like that dumb nigga said on our page, if hey nigga, you don't understand, you know boxing, nigga gonna knock nigga fuck out. No, nigga, if you know boxing, you know that the style that Jermell Charlo has employed over his last, 6-7 fights. I don't know how long he's been with Derek James, but that style that he's been employing is going to give him problems against a style like Brian Castano. And that's what we saw tonight. But what you think about this shit, dog?
Well, here's the thing. And you hit it right on the head. Right on the head. Jermell Charlo has been looking like a confused fighter since he's been with Derek James. And don't get it twisted. We like Derek James. Derek James is one of our dogs. But the reality is Jermell looks confused. Why? Because he doesn't know if he wants to be a boxer or puncher.
Right.
And that's the reason why you'll see him have these lapse moments of inconsistencies, because he's trying to sit down on his punches and do power shot counters, right? And then at the same time, he's trying to think of how to employ his boxing skills. And honestly speaking, and I'm not trying to, say whether nigga dumb or smart, but a fighter's natural instinct is how a fighter should fight. When you start changing his fighter's natural instinct, this is when you'll get guys like Jermell Charlo. He'll have times of inconsistencies in the fight because he's looking confused, because he's trying to figure out, what do I do? He's thinking way too motherfucking much, right? And this all happened when the nigga got with Derek James and the nigga ran over Hatley and Erickson Lubin. That's when the niggas start buying into that shit, right?
Charles Hatley. Yeah, you mean that dumb motherfucker that walked up to the wrong Charlo and called out Jermall. Jermall's like, hey, man, you trying to call out my brother, not me, man.
Right. No shit. For real.
Oh, man, dog.
That nigga, man.
Charles Hatley.
And it's not to say that Derek James is a bad trainer. It's just that for the type of natural fighter that Jermell is, that's just not working for him. And he's trying to use the jab. He has a good power jab, right? But you can tell in this fight, he really wasn't putting nothing much in the jab. It was almost like he was flickering and he wasn't throwing that same power jab we used to seeing him throw. Like when he fought motherfucking Austin Trout. Like when he was with Ronnie Shields. Right? He's flickering it. Why? Because he's thinking on, okay, what punch am I going to throw after this? Like Derek James in the corner telling, man, let your hands go. Double up with the hook. Go with the right hand. So at the end of the fight, and again, this happens in every Charlo fight. Just like if y'all said, they said it on the show. The motherfucker doesn't settle down until the second half of the fight. You know why? Because that's how long it takes him to figure out what he wants to do in that ring and how he wants to do it. Well, a guy like Castano, he already knows what he gonna do. Motherfucker, I'm finna jump in your ass. Ain't nothing to think about on that, nigga.
Right.
I'm finna just get up in your chest, nigga. And a pressure fighter never has to think about nothing because he knows what he's gonna do.
That's right.
So when you don't know if you're a boxer or if you're trying to be a boxer or a puncher, that's when you have these problems that Jermell is having. So I actually thought the fight either should have been Castano or a draw. I was okay with that.
Agreed.
Anybody?
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was finna say. Anybody that want to say that 117, 111 scorecard was accurate, get the fuck out of here right goddamn now. Unfollow Three Kings. I don't want you around. Get the fuck out of here. That is some bullshit right there, man.
Yeah, 117, 111. That nigga was blind as fuck, nigga. Where that nigga glasses at, bro? And get that motherfucker a Ray Charles song so he can sing that bitch. That motherfucker was blind as shit. Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder out this motherfucker. 117, 111, dog. Like, it's okay to give Charlo. And the funny thing is, that same scorecard, right? They said that I can't remember what round it is. Y'all correct me. Can't remember what round it is. I think it was like round 10 where Charlo hurt Castano and Castano was on his bicycle, right? Marco was like, hey, man, let me get the fuck up out of here. This motherfucker hit hard. I got hurt. I'm winning the fight. Let me survive. Yo, the judge who had it 117-111 gave that round a 10-8 for Charlo. Now, here's my problem with that. There's nothing wrong with giving 10-8 rounds when the fighter you're giving the 8 points to did not hit the canvas. It doesn't always have to be a situation where the fighter hits the canvas in order for him to get an 8 for that round, right? But when you do give a 10-8 round and the fighter didn't hit the canvas, it's because he got the dog shit beat out of him. I'm talking from ring, pillar to post. Got his motherfucking ass whooped. Thanks, my Brazil. I thought it was round 10. Pillar to post. Got his motherfucking ass whipped. Didn't come back with no shots and was just trying to survive the entire fucking round. That's when you give him a 10-8 round, right?
Like, nigga, the ropes held this nigga. The ropes held that nigga up.
Kind of like how Floyd Mayweather did to Diego Corrales a couple of them motherfucking rounds before he actually got the knockout. If a motherfucker called like rounds 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know what I'm saying? A 10-8 round against in that Floyd Mayweather versus Diego Corrales fight. Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that because he was beating the dog shit out of Diego Corrales and Corrales had nothing to come back for, right? But in this case, this was not the situation. Brian Castano was actually fighting back, right? He was on his bicycle, but then at times he'd stop, actually land an overhand right, but Charlo would walk through it because that nigga's adrenaline was rushing. He knew he had him hurt, and he was trying to get him knocked out. But Castano would hit him with an overhand right, wouldn't do shit, but immediately back the fuck up, get back on his bicycle. That's not a 10-8. That's a 10-9 for Charlo. You see what I'm saying? Also, I saw a 114-113 scorecard. Now,
you called me on the phone about that.
Yeah. Granted, it was for Brian Castano, right? Which I'm with Bo. I had to fight 114-114 simply because, in my opinion, Jermell won the last 3 fucking rounds. He did 4. I tell you guys all the time. And my nigga Zoe, I don't know if he's on here or not, but this nigga had 117-111 for Brian Castano. I don't know how the fuck he had that, right? But I tell niggas this shit, and he also only gave Brian Castano the 12th round. He didn't even give him he didn't give him the 10th or the 11th. I don't know how the fuck he did that, right? But
you mean he gave Charlo the 12th round?
No, nigga, he gave Castano the 12th round.
God.
And didn't give Castano I'm sorry, he gave Charlo the 12th round, didn't give Castano the 11th, 10th, or the 9th, if I recall. I know he had a bunch of Castano all over the fucking place when he put his scorecard up there and ended up Castano 117-111. That shit is atrocious, right? Now, I tell cats all the time, and y'all should know this. If you're a real boxing fan and a boxing enthusiast, right? If you love something, you try to figure out how you can understand what you love better, right? How to be more knowledgeable about what you love, right? There are 4 criteria in judging, right? Effective aggression, accuracy or punch accuracy, defense, right? And ring generalship, which translates to dictating the pace, right?
Yep.
Jermell Charlo pretty much won accuracy, dictating the pace, right? And accuracy, ring generalship, and defense in those last 3 championship rounds. He did. Now, you can waver and say, Brian Castano won at least one of those. That's fine, right? But with Jermell coming back in those last 3 rounds, the 12th round is the one that you can waver in because Castano had his moments in that round.
Sure can.
But with him coming back in those last 3 rounds, those championship rounds, this fight had to be close in that situation, man. 117-111 Castano is atrocious. Now, 115-113 Castano, I have no problem with that.
Not at all.
115-113 Jermell, I'm going to be like, how'd you do that? How'd you get that?
Right. But I'm not upset. Like, I'm not mad. Like,
right.
Okay. Explain that to me, please.
Exactly. Not upset, right? But how did you get that?
Right. No shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like a woman and shit when she don't work. But then she come home and shit. I got my hair and nails done. You know, you didn't give her the money. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. How did you get that?
Right.
Where'd you get that money from?
Right. Explain that to me, to a boxing enthusiast such as myself, nigga. How you got 115, 113 Charlo? And we might be able to come to a compromise, right? Anything past that? No. 116, 112, nope. 117, 111, nope. 118, 110, nope. 119, 109, nope. 120, 108. Get the fuck out of here. That's what I'm going to tell you. Right?
For real.
So realistically, it's either 114, 114, which is what I had it as, or 115, 113 Castano, possibly 116, 112 Castano. That's as far as I go. I won't go any further than that. And that's questionable, right? But this 114, 113 shit, right? Did they give a nigga a 9-9 or was that the scorecard he got a 10-8? I don't know.
How do
you get 114, 113? I think that might have been a scorecard where they scored a 10-8. There's no way, and it makes sense because when the losing fighter has 113, the equivalent, if you scored all 10-9 rounds in this fight, is 115, right? That's the counterpart, not the equivalent, the counterpart. So to say 114, 113, he had to have taken a point away from Brian Castano at some point. So I think it was actually that card where Castano had 10-8 round, dog. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have a problem with people saying Castano won this fight because for the majority of this fight, bro, he was actually winning 3 out of the 4. 3 out of the 4 criteria for judging. Effective aggression, he was killing on that.
Oh, he was killing
what we saw is Jermell Charlo can't box on his back foot, dog. Jermell Charlo looked like shit on his back foot, bro.
He sure did.
When he's front foot heavy, oh yeah, he throwing that jab. When he got to back up, oh, this nigga clammed up. Oh, he back on the ropes now. When it's relentless pressure and educated pressure, there's a difference between Ruslan Provatnikov pressure, Denis Shafikov pressure, right? And educated pressure like Triple G, Brian Castano. Educated pressure, meaning he knows when to hit the accelerator, right? He doesn't have his head always on the center line. Triple G does sometimes, but in this case, Brian Castano didn't have his head always on the center line.
No.
Right?
Brian Castano made Charlo hesitant to let the right hand go. And
exactly. And the uppercut. And the uppercut.
And the uppercut. And on top of that, another reason why you found out Charlo couldn't fight off the back foot, when Castano hit that nigga and hurt him, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That made that nigga pause.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Good shit, Virtuoso. He said Roman Gonzalez pressure. Exactly. Educated pressure. Right? Hell, even Juan Francisco Estrada when he wants to. Right? But when you apply educated pressure to Jermell Charlo, he does not know how to overcome that. That's what you saw in this fight, man. So effective aggression was absolutely in Brian Castano's corner for the majority of this motherfucking fight. Accuracy, I saw Brian Castano landing the more harder shots against Jermell Charlo. I didn't see a lot of hard shots from Jermell Charlo. Actually, I didn't see a lot of volume at all from Jermell Charlo until we got to the championship rounds. When Derek James was in this nigga's ear like, bro, you need a knockout or we're going to fucking lose. Right? Yep. He kept telling him, bro, we need a fucking knockout or we are going to lose this fucking fight. Right? He was telling him before that, hey, bro, you giving up too many rounds. I like Derek James. He's a real motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think Derek believed that they needed a knockout to win this fight. I don't think he believed that, but he told his fighter that so he could put his fucking foot on the gas and throw more punches. That's why Derek James told him that. I will say it again for dumb niggas out there that didn't understand. What? 2K, what? Listen, trainers will typically lie to their fighter to get them to do something that they otherwise wouldn't do if they just told them. That happens all the fucking time. Derek James, in my opinion, lied to Jermell Charlo when he said you need a knockout to win this fight going into the 12th round. because he just bagged 2 good rounds, right? I don't think he felt he needed a knockout. I think he told him that so that he would let his hands go so he could bag the 12th round, which is what he actually needed, and Derrick James knew that. Hell, he needed it on my scorecard. If he didn't win the 12th round, Brian Castano wins this fight on my card.
Agreed.
And Derrick James knew this. That's why he said, hey, we need a fucking knockout so you can go out there and let your hands go, throw more punches because you wasn't doing the shit like this before the 9th round. You was pot shotting, picking and choosing, jab, 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 not really following up with the straight right hand, not trying to throw the uppercut and pivot when the nigga was actually coming in, right? Instead, you kept your back up against the ropes and a shell, and Brian Castano was actually getting punches around your guard. And it was noticeable.
Yeah, it was. Very.
So Derrick James was like, nigga, you need a knockout so you could throw more punches. That's what it was, right? And it was a brilliant thing that he said to him. It was brilliant. Why was it brilliant? Because Jermell went out there and did what? Applied effective aggression to the guy that had been applying effective aggression to him the entire fucking fight. He flipped the script.
Yes, sir.
Right? Accuracy? Brian Castano for me. The whole fucking fight, except the championship rounds. Right?
No shit.
Defense goes both ways. There's a mixture there. Right? Jermell Charlo didn't show that good a defense. Brian Castano, he did at times. He was catching a lot of shots from Jermell on his glove. But whenever Jermell let his hands go, oh, he hit this nigga with 2-3 shots in a row.
Yeah,
whenever he let his hands go. Right? And then you got ring generalship. Well, Brian Castano was winning that as well. Why? Because he kept Jermell on his back foot the whole goddamn fight. So there's no way that you could come up with a 117-111 scorecard for Jermell Charlo if you know the 4 criteria of judging. If you know that and you actually go by that when you score this fight, or if you're just watching it. There's no way Jermell wins 117-111, man. Bo, what you got to add, man?
Listen, man, this is what I got to add, too, is this right here. This is what people got to understand something, right? Is that just because you want to say, okay, there was moments in the fight where nothing was happening and Charlo was throwing the jab, but it wasn't a power jab. And sometimes, honestly, it wasn't really even landing like that, right? Charlo, you know what I found out about Charlo's jab? His jab has to land flush for that motherfucker to feel confident in throwing that right hand right behind it. Like he likes to hit you with a flush jab. That way it blinds you a little bit and raise your head back. Then he'll shoot that right hand. Now he started shooting it after it because, like you said, Derrick James was in his ear. And what Derrick James says about him needing a knockout very important. If you simply tell a fighter you need to win this round, they go out there with a different mindset versus you need to knock this motherfucker out.
Right.
See, when you tell a fighter you need to knock this motherfucker out, oh, he's like, oh shit, I'm throwing out the kitchen sink. But when you tell a motherfucker, hey man, you need to win this round, he's thinking about, okay, how can I win this round safely without putting myself in harm's way?
Exactly. and that would have possibly, especially the way it looked, how the two judges besides that 117-111, the other 2 judges were scoring this fight. If he would have done that in that 12th round, Castano wins this fight by split decision.
He wins it terribly. Now, some of y'all are going to say, wait a minute, 2K, god damn it. What about the times when Castano got wobbled? You can't say that was accuracy. Counterpunching, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say this again. Counterpunching, ladies and gentlemen, is although there is some type of accuracy involved, but it's not the type of accuracy we're talking about a motherfucker constantly putting his hands on you, throwing punches and landing, like getting up underneath your elbow to your body, or splitting your guard behind, or going behind your glove and guard and hitting you. If you catch a guy with one counter punch, for me, I'm not going to say that was accurate because counterpunching is kind of like instinct with you, right? If you're a fighter, counterpunching is instinct. A motherfucker throws a fucking right or left hook and you block, bam, you come back with your own. That's kind of instinct. That ain't necessarily accuracy. You want to know how I know? Danny Garcia, no look left hook. Let's talk about it.
Right.
Show me what the accuracy was in that, because he wasn't looking, nigga.
That's right. Right. I mean, and accuracy isn't based off of 1 or 2 or 3 punches. It's an accumulation, right? How accurate are you for the duration of that particular round. Not fight, because you score fights on a round-by-round basis, right? Exactly. It's how accurate were you with the punches that you threw and accumulation for that particular round. And I ain't talking about going to fucking CompuBox or whatever, show stats. That shit is inaccurate. None of judges can't even look at CompuBox or show stats. That's how inaccurate it is. It's like a lie detector test in the judicial system. Cops get a motherfucking wife that murked her husband, right? And the bitch takes a lie detector test and fails all the goddamn questions, right? Guess what? That lie detector test is inadmissible in court when that judge is passing judgment and those jurors are passing judgment. Same thing in boxing. Punch stats are there. The commentators talk about it. The fans like it, but judges are not allowed to look at it because it's inaccurate.
It's inaccurate.
Right?
100%.
So you don't look at punch stats and show stats and PBC stats and pay-per-view stats, whatever the fuck they got out there. You look at your eyes. Let your eyes tell you, what are you seeing? Mm-hmm. And, Bo, this is why a lot of niggas can't score fights. They don't know what they're looking at.
I think the whole thing with CompuBox is what made niggas stupid about scoring fights.
That's a good point.
I'm being honest. I'm being straight up honest. I think that because I never had that growing up. I didn't know what the fuck that was, right? like that was so. I saw that shit back in the like late 90s and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this they showing up about?
Yeah, this is dumb number system and shit, nigga. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, what the fuck is this, right? I never scored a fight like that. You score a fight just like what you said. You see who's being more effective, who's having more success, who's dishing out more punishment in a motherfucking round of a fight. I've never went off CompuBot stats. Like a nigga can throw 50 perfect example, right? A nigga can throw 50 punches. Joshua Clottey does not throw a lot of punches. Manny Pacquiao fucking threw way more punches than Clottey, but Clottey outlanded Manny Pacquiao.
That's right.
So you just can't give me a CompuBot. Oh, he threw 1,200 punches. What the fuck? So what? So if he threw 1,200 and only landed 100, what, he wins?
Nigga, he threw 1,200 punches based on the click that a nigga is sitting behind, or a device he's sitting behind, hoping he got the right clicks for when punches were thrown or landed. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
No shit. No,
you gotta be able to see what's going on. A lot of you niggas stay away from these scorecard apps because you don't know how to do it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Stay away from it. Let us do it. Let somebody else do it that knows what the fuck they talking about. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to these comments real quick, man. There's one right here. My man Kev El Chino Isaac, he said, I'm not a big fan of Jermell's attitude, but as a fighter, I rate him and credit him for taking this fight. It's a good comment in the second part. I don't care about the attitude part, but the second part of the comment is a good one because I want people to understand. The motherfuckers from the comments that I showed you guys in the beginning of this show, people that were just saying, oh, Castano's a bum, nobody knows him, Castano who, cherry pick. Those guys are saying that because A, they're casuals, B, they don't like Jermell Charlo, or Jermall for that matter, right? Now, if you don't like Jermall, I understand, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But Jermell has been taking fights, the biggest fights that he's able to take within his division. He has been doing it.
I'll give
you understand? He fought Jason Rosario after Jason Rosario already knocked out Julian Williams, right? He fought Tony Harrison and then gave the nigga a rematch. Tried to give an immediate rematch after he lost to him, but Tony Harrison pulled out. He went ahead and fought and then rematched him right after that, right? When Undisputed became an option, he didn't say, Castano did give my ex-stablemate Erislandy Lara all he can handle, and Lara's still a problem right now. I'm not going to fight that nigga. High risk, low reward. He didn't say that.
No, he didn't.
He said, no, I'll fight the nigga in San Antonio. Fuck it. A lot of Hispanics in San Antonio, they're going to be cheering for Castano. I'll fight him there. Yep. So Jermell is taking the big fights that he can take within his division. You see what I'm saying? The names that matter. Fight Erickson Lubin. Yeah. I mean, he could have dropped the belt. I think it was a WBC mandatory at the time. Erickson Lubin.
Sure was.
Charlo should have been like, man, he could have been like anyway. I don't know this nigga. Fuck him. High risk, low reward. Drop the belt, fight somebody else. Like, Wookie Camphor. Right?
Sure, right.
Could fight that nigga. Right?
Not to mention the fact he was in line to fight both Jarrett Hurd and Julian Williams before them niggas lost and then pulled out.
Right. Exactly. He tried to get the Jarrett Hurd fight when Hurd was fucking unified and Hurd turned the shit down.
Sure did.
Hurd didn't want it.
And then fought Julian J-Rock Williams.
J-Rock. Yeah, he thought J-Rock was an easier touch. Which he is. but he didn't want to get knocked out in that fight, especially in front of his bitches in Virginia. He didn't, and his dog, of course. He got a dog.
I mean, how tough can a nigga be still living at home with mama? I'm just
right,
saying.
living at home with mama with a motherfucking Shih Tzu, nigga.
Right.
If I see any of you niggas cradling a Shih Tzu, get off my page. Talking about Merry Christmas, cradling a Shih Tzu. No fake news, nigga was on his Instagram page. Right? So Jermell has been seeking and been taking the big fights out there in his fucking division, right? I bet you the nigga offers a rematch to Castano, or if one's offered to him, he takes it.
Oh hell!
Or I bet you he fights fucking Erickson Lubin, who's his mandatory again by the WBC. I bet you he does that next. Hell if he doesn't do that, then he moves up and wait and fights somebody else, right? Tries to get acclimated at 160. But Jermell has not been a motherfucker that's been ducking. And this fight right here, he could have easily been like, undisputed ain't really my thing. I'm making millions, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
No.
like his brother Jamal is doing right now.
Ain't nobody giving no niggas from brother in the fight, nigga.
Right. He could have easily been like, man, fuck a Brian Castano, nigga, Pastrami, whatever his name is. Fuck him. I got 3 belts, nigga. I ain't got to fight him. Fuck him. I'm making millions, nigga. Somebody give me I don't know, Ross Salka. Yeah, give me him. He could do that. But what did Jermell say in the build-up to this fight? He said, hey, man, I'm trying to accomplish something not even the great Floyd Mayweather accomplished. And that's being undisputed. Floyd Mayweather was never an undisputed champion. Had an opportunity to, but never did it.
We got one.
Right. My man Keith was on that shit. Hey, I saw this shit in Facebook. He put it on the article. And he's right. He said, so Andre is still a bum, but Charlo lost to bum-ass Tony Harrison and another fighter, Castano, tonight. Fuck out of here. Hey, man, Castano's not a bum, Keith. He's not a bum. Go back and listen to the replay of this show. I'm not going to go over Castano and who he is and what he's done. I'm not going to do that. Go back and listen to the replay of this show. We told you guys Brian Castano was not a bum before this fight fucking took place. When they were negotiating, we told you guys he's not a bum. He's going to give Jermell problems. I agree with the first part of your comment. You put a question mark. Andre's still a bum. Demetrius Andrade is not a bum. I will submit, and niggas will disagree. But as I always say, and I will let my man say it. Get the fuck out of here, man. If you disagree, Demetrius Andrade is the best fighter 160 pounds right now.
Oh, yeah.
Jermall can't beat him. Triple G can't beat him. And no goddamn right, Yoda Murata can't fucking beat him either. Nope, they cannot. That's why Jermall don't want to smoke. That's why Triple G is ignoring this nigga. Man, fuck this. I'm trying to fight Canelo again. Canelo's like, nigga, I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you. Told this nigga like 18 times. Triple G is like that ugly bitch that keeps riding your coattail. And you're like, bitch, I don't like you.
Man.
You got to tell the bitch like 16 times, I'm not interested. And she's still showing up to your house talking to your mom and shit. Remember that shit when you was a teenager? And your mom's like, I like Shelby. She a nice girl. Like, man, Shelby ugly, mom. I don't want to talk to this bitch, man. That's Triple G right now when it comes to Canelo. Canelo done already hit that twice. He done. Damn, man.
Canelo like, God damn, man. Didn't I break this nigga off with enough money? The fuck?
Yeah. Canelo hit Triple G raw and dipped. Twice.
He sure did.
No condom, no Vaseline, and dipped. So what the fuck is he talking about, Canelo? Not even the same division. Canelo trying to be undisputed at 168. Not only the first Mexican undisputed champion, but the first undisputed champion in that division. There's never been an undisputed champion to date in boxing history at 168. It's never happened.
Nope.
And Canelo's trying to make history twice.
Not even in the 3-belt era.
Not even in the 3-belt era. It's never happened. It was close, but it never happened.
Yep.
Right? I think Joe Calzaghe almost did it, or somebody almost did. I don't fucking remember. Whatever. But it's never happened.
I know Ward was one fight away from it.
Yeah. So, yeah, right. Lucian Booty. He should have said Lucian fucking Booty. Instead, he gave it to fucking Carl Froch. Dumbest, one of the many dumb decisions that Andre Ward did for his career. And I've always said I want to do a video on that. We will. Andre Ward is probably, man, he pisses me off. I love Andre Ward as a fighter, bro. Yeah, but looking at his face, yeah, because of his mentality type nigga he is, right? And him being dedicated to his craft. I respect anybody who's dedicated to their craft, dog. But looking at Andre Ward's face, I'm just like, damn, nigga, you fucked up.
Yo, dog. Yo.
Right?
Lineal in 2 different divisions.
So, at the end of the day, dog, for going back to my original point before we fucking took sidebars and shit, Jermell Charlo is taking on the best fights possible that he could get at 154, and I 1,000,000% give him credit for that. 1,000,000%. I also give 1,000% to Brian Castano for not letting these dumbass casuals that were calling him a bum, right? The fucking odds in Las Vegas had this nigga a huge underdog. Like, nobody gave this nigga a chance. And Brian Castano was like, shit, hey, y'all niggas ain't know I whoop Errol Spence ass in amateurs. I'm going to show y'all why. Y'all even see what I did to Eros Lara? Y'all, I'm going to show y'all why. I'm going to show y'all why I should be in the same ring with Jermell Charlo. 1,000% credit to him, dog. This is an excellent fight, and this is what we need. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. Y'all niggas need to take notes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can fight Tank Davis. You just got to get a regular title. Get a regular title.
Oh, that's right. You know
what I'm saying? You get that W, man. You get that WBA regular at 147. Tank a fight.
Yeah, I forgot about that, dog. I forgot about it. Exactly. Virtual said some people just don't know shit about boxing. Exactly, family. Let me ask the $1 million question real quick before we go to Rolando Romero. Rolando Rolly. Let me ask $1 million question, Bo. Was this fight a robbery?
No, not at all. In no shape, form, or fashion. See, I think the reason why people are saying it because that's why judging know how to score a fight is important. 117, 111 make it seem like somebody got robbed someplace. When you see that automatically, that's what you focus on. 117, oh man, this nigga got robbed. No, because most of the time, and let's keep it real, man, a lot of you all will always judge a fighter just based off his record. You look at a fighter's record and you say, oh man, this motherfucker lost to this guy, lost to that guy. But what you don't know about that was he either, just for example, like Erislandy Lara, right? If you look at his record prior to him winning the title, you'll think, man, this dude's a bum. He lost to Paul Williams. But what you don't know, he was robbed against Paul Williams. He beat the dog shit out of Paul Williams.
That's
and
right.
was robbed against that nigga, right?
That's right.
So when you look at motherfuckers are like visual. Today's people are visual motherfuckers. They see something, and what they see override their own thought process. 117, 111 does not mean this fight was a fucking robbery. No shape, form, or fashion.
No shape, form, or fashion. Fight wasn't a robbery. It could have arguably gone either way, but I have no problem with the draw. As I said, I had it straight down the middle, 114, a draw. I thought Brian Castano could have done enough to edge it. But at the end of the day, this fight was not a robbery with the actual results. That scorecard was fucking atrocious for Charlo, but the end result, in my opinion, was spot on. My man Jason Bird said, you think Taylor, just a sidebar real quick, you say you think Josh Taylor and Terrence Crawford will ever fight. You know what, Jason, man, I have no fucking idea. Terrence Crawford is in my doghouse. Niggas, he's in the doghouse of the doghouse.
How about this, nigga?
You might as well put Terrence Crawford underneath the ground and put a tombstone on that motherfucker. I have no idea what the fuck Terrence Crawford's doing. I have no idea what the fuck Terrence Crawford thinks. I don't understand what the fuck Terrence Crawford does on a day-to-day basis when he wakes up in the morning and realizes that Errol Spence basically just took food off this nigga's plate. I just don't get it. I don't understand the thought process that is Terrence fucking Crawford. Don't understand.
And then to make matters worse, you got Virgil Ortiz now fighting Mean Machine. So basically a fight that would be a supplement to that would have been Virgil Ortiz. You're not doing that. You got Sean Porter still talking about something he wanted to fight you, but you're not looking his motherfucking way. So right now it's a matter of whoever you fight that's either not a motherfucker like Sean Porter or Virgil Ortiz, shit's trash. I'm sorry. Your shit is trash.
Yep.
There's nobody you can fight now.
Exactly. There isn't. Right. Is he going to wait for the winner of Mean Machine Virgil Ortiz? Nigga? No, he's not, because he already said on his own he won't fight Virgil Ortiz. Yeah. Chris Mannix asked him specifically, hey, Virgil Ortiz, if you win, you know what I'm saying, number one contender. He said, I laugh at that idea for fight. Get this uppity ass nigga out of here, man. I bet you Terrence Crawford
nigga still living in a trap house.
Yeah,
how dare you?
Get this motherfucker out of here. Oh, pinky lifted up, drinking tea ass motherfucker. That's probably what he's doing right now. I've been undisputed champion at 140 pounds, and I'm a 3-weight champion. Doesn't matter what I've done at 147. I want 90-10. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not checking for Terrence Crawford and never will until this motherfucker gets somebody of credible note at 147. And that whole PBC freeze out shit don't exist no more. Bunch of niggas is calling him out. We just published an article of Sean Porter stating, I really want that fight. I don't see nothing from Terrence Crawford. Did you, Bo? Did you see anything?
Nigga, Josh Taylor is
fuck
pulling this nigga's card.
No, I'm talking about the PBC freeze out.
No, I ain't seen nothing.
Did you see anything from Terrence Crawford saying that he wants to fight Sean Porter after that article that went fucking viral where Sean Porter stated, I still want that fight? Terrence Crawford be responding to everybody fucking else, but he won't respond to Sean Porter. He hasn't been responding to Josh Taylor either. But we're talking about the PBC freeze out. Have you seen anything, Bo?
Nope.
Now we can go to Josh Taylor. Yeah, Josh Taylor been all in that nigga's ass. Josh Taylor's been out here, no homo. Josh Taylor's been out here like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to fight the motherfucker. We're going to get a fight on. It's going to happen. Nothing. Crickets from fucking Terrence Crawford. The way Terrence Crawford has been quiet, he better do two fucking things. One, that big ass announcement that Bob Arum said was going to happen like 5 fucking months ago, but never happened. That shit better happen soon. Or two, this nigga better be leaving Top Rank and signing with PBC or some shit like that. He better be doing something of that fucking magnitude. Because if this nigga's next news is, yeah, I'm fighting Michael McKinson, get the fuck out of here. I'll never talk about Terrence Crawford again. You'll never hear that nigga's name come out of my mouth if he talking about fighting Michael motherfucking McKinson or anybody else other than Virgil Ortiz, Sean Porter, hell, even your Dennis motherfucking Ugas. I better not hear nothing of the sort. Virgil Ortiz, nothing of Keith Thurman. I better not hear nobody else other than them motherfuckers, man. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, even. Nobody else. I'll never talk about this nigga again.
Nope. The only nigga I give him a pass for is Jaron Ennis. I give you a pass if you
ain't fighting Jaron Ennis. High risk, low reward.
I know.
But
if he did, I'll at least give him a pass. All right, nigga. All right,
hell, I think Rashidi Ellis is ranked by the WBO too. He ain't fighting that nigga neither. He ain't getting in the ring with them dudes. High risk, low reward. He laughs at that fight just like he laughs at his goddamn number one contender, Virgil Ortiz. If he's laughing at the number one contender, he definitely laughing at, I think Ennis is like number 7 and Ellis is like number 12 or some shit. He definitely laughing at them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So at this moment in time, fuck Terrence Crawford. Let's move on.
My Brazil, exactly. He's
Exactly. Oh, pink in the air ass nigga. Fuck out of here, man. Rolly Romero. That boy right there, man. Let me tell you something, man.
Hey, man. I kind of like Rolly, though.
I like him too, bro. I'm just getting ready to say that shit, dog. I like Rolly Romero. Everybody that's going to get mad at me, listen, man. Y'all know what y'all can do that's going to get mad at me.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Y'all know what y'all can do, dog. I like Rolly Romero, man. Rolly, hey, let me tell y'all niggas something, man. Rolly ain't that good of a fighter. We all see that.
Yeah.
He relies on one punch. He's almost, I mean, he's not as disgusting looking as Deontay Wilder has been looking, you know what I'm saying, recently. Mm-hmm. But he is not a good fighter, bro. In my opinion, he's an average fighter. But Rolly Romero believes in himself so much that he ends up overcoming getting beaten up in fights and shit. and does enough to either get the knockout or come up with a decision, bro. AKA Jackson Marinez, that fight. Hell of a robbery. But he did do enough for a motherfucker to actually get, you know what I'm saying, a couple of rounds in that motherfucking fight, right?
Wait, hold on.
I'm trying to make a case, bro.
I know I ain't trying to get off on the point, but they know they did Jackson Marino wrong after that fight.
They did. Jackson Marinez. Now that was a robbery, right? Jackson Marinez got motherfucking robbed and shit.
Wait, they robbed him. Then they threw that nigga in the hardest fight possible.
But he deserved that fight though, bro. He deserved. Listen, man, Jackson Marinez deserved to get that fight with Richard Comey. He deserved it, bro, because he actually beat Rolly Romero, which I think that fight was for the interim WBA, the title that Rolly got now, right?
It was,
or that minor title. Anyway, let me put minor on it. There was a nigga on Instagram that said, just a sidebar, the reason why I got to put minor on when I say titles or champions. A nigga tried to correct us, right, about Sinisa Estrada. We said Sinisa Estrada is a 2-division champion, right? Mm-hmm. She beat the reigning WBA champion at 105 and then moved up and beat the reigning WBO champion at 108 just recently, right? Yeah. The nigga tried to go in there and say, hey, she's a 3-division champion. She won the interim WBA. Like, you dumb motherfucker. So that's why when we talk, we gotta add context, because there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out here. I tell y'all that all the time. A lot of boxing fans are generally fucking stupid, bro. A lot of them. A large majority of them are fucking stupid, bro. So I had to go on there and waste my goddamn time and say, bro, an interim title is a minor title. We don't recognize minor titles. Neither does the boxing consensus. Doesn't recognize minor titles as a multi-division champion, bro. But I had to waste my motherfucking time telling a nigga that, right? Anyway, let me get back to the point. So Jackson Marinez was actually put in the Richard Comey fight. He should have been. And then Rolly had to fight Avery Sparrow, right? He had to go back to the drawing board and fight another motherfucker that, that was a somewhat of a step up, right? They did the right thing. Problem was Marinez wasn't ready for that, got knocked the fuck out, right? Looked good in the fight at times, but ended up getting knocked the fuck out by Richard Comey's signature right hand. But I do like Rolly, dog. Rolly is saying the shit that nobody else is saying, right? We published an article on 3kingsboxing.com months ago where he specifically said, hey, all these motherfuckers at lightweight, bunch of pussy ass motherfuckers, man. We need to have a lightweight tournament. And all the top lightweights, such as myself, and I laughed at that part when he said that. You know what I'm saying?
I laughed hysterically.
Everybody in the 3 Kings boxing staff laughed. I think my man Bakari Simpson wrote the article and was laughing while the nigga was writing. You know what I'm saying? You included yourself as a top lightweight, but whatever. That's not the point. The point is he's trying to make it to where these niggas, those guys I mentioned, Tank, Ryan, Teofimo, and Devin Haney, are all getting in the ring together, right? And there's a lightweight tournament, and everybody fights each other. That's what he's trying to establish. Rolly probably doesn't get out the first round of that motherfucker. But at least this motherfucker is trying to pioneer that, right? Because that's what we want to see, Vasily Lomachenko included, right? That's what we want to see. And then after this fight, after he beats Anthony Diggit Yiggit, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, I already knew this was going to happen. It's Anthony Yiggit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. We thought it was going to be we thought given how Rolly Romero is not a great fighter or even a good fighter, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we knew that Rolly Romero had to beat the shit out of Anthony Diggit Yiggit. You know what I'm saying? If he did not beat the Diggit, you know what I'm saying? He was going to be ridiculed all over social media. Hell, niggas was still ridiculing him. He knocked the nigga out in the 7th round, right?
Yeah, he was.
Remember, Mr. Diggit is the same motherfucker that was in the 140-pound WBSS tournament and got railroaded by, what's my man, Ivan Baranki. Got railroaded, right? Had a nice little jab in the fight, but ended up getting his ass whooped, had a big-ass ball on his eye. Referee or the doctor was like, damn, this nigga can't see shit. Motherfucker got motherfucking alien like Sigourney Weaver hanging off his motherfucking face. Nigga, we got to go ahead and stop this goddamn fight. And that's what happened, right? So Anthony Diggit didn't really, and then the nigga was 5 pounds overweight on top of that. So when that news came, it was like, okay, Rolly got nothing to get. You know what I'm saying? So this not a huge win. It's more on the same level of an Avery Sparrow. However, he's showing that he's getting rid of these motherfuckers. That is the key. And he's getting rid of this motherfuckers. Yeah, he's getting hit. He has no defense. He's a one-handed fighter. Very awkward. Doesn't really know how to throw the left hand very well. But he's getting these niggas out of there, right? Then on top of that, he's saying what everybody wants to hear.
Exactly.
Why are we hating on this dude? He's saying what everybody wants to hear. When he beat Yiggit, Diggit, Cricket, Fidget, right? 5 words in the rhyme with this nigga name, right?
Bridget. Widget.
Bridget. My bad. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. Anyway. Right?
Midget. I'm sorry, dog.
All right, dog.
You can't have a name like that, though. No, you can't have
Yeah, dog, you can't roll around with no name like that, dog, around me, nigga. I'm about to get your ass. But anyway, after he beat this motherfucker, right? He could have said, yeah, you know, shit, give me Avery Sparrow again. Yeah, I like that fight. Yeah. This nigga said, give me Tank Davis at 140. He didn't say, give me Tank Davis at 135 where I'm comfortable. He said, give me Tank Davis at 140. And what a boy named Steve Gray, he was like, he said, do you really think you're ready for that fight? He said, yeah, what the fuck, man? What the fuck are you asking me dumbass shit like that? He didn't say that, but you know, that's what I'm thinking.
Fights, I got 14 fights. What
Yeah.
the fuck you talking about?
What are you talking about, nigga? Exactly.
That nigga said, you think you're ready with only 13 fights? When that nigga got 16, I got 14 now. What the fuck you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah. He got 16, I got 14. And Jim Gray didn't have no comeback for that.
He didn't, dog.
Jim Gray, old goofy, old back straight ass nigga. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he does. Stupid, dog.
Well,
Jim Gray's a fucking idiot, man.
Well, that's because Jim Gray's not an alpha male. Jim Gray should have told him, look here, dog, you ain't good enough. That's what he wanted to tell us.
Look here, dog. He should have been like, look here, nigga, you're not good enough. You don't got a resume. Tank Davis' resume slim too, but it's still way better than yours. The nigga's been a champion twice at 130. The nigga moved up to 135, got a belt there, and moved up to 140, got a minor title there, bro. That's why I thought you wasn't ready. That's what I would have said.
He didn't know how to say that, though.
He probably didn't even know.
He did.
His commentators don't know shit about boxing, man. He probably didn't fucking know.
That nigga looked up like, really? Hey, yo, exactly, Andrew Maguire. He's a bitch.
He is. I can't stand Jim Gray, bro. But just ask stupid questions to motherfuckers, man. Nigga, give me the goddamn mic. I'll interview the nigga, man. I'm like, oh shit, that's what's up, Rolly. Hey man, you think you gonna knock him out? And that's what he said. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna knock him out. Hey man, hey Rolly, that's what's up, nigga. Hey dog, that nigga got big right hand. Rolly gonna be like, Rolly gonna get comfortable with a nigga like me, like all these other fighters we interview get comfortable with niggas like me and Bo. Oh, we got motherfuckers cursing in our interviews. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be saying nigga, bitch, fuck, all types of shit. When we interview a motherfucker. Ain't no turtlenecks when we interviewing niggas. No, motherfuckers is talking and being they self in our interview. That's exactly what Rolly would have been like. Oh yeah, I know he got a big right hand, but fuck that motherfucker. Hell, Rolly might even say fuck that nigga. I'd have put that shit out there. Y'all see what he said? He ain't supposed to say, nigga, he not white, he good.
Like that nigga, Lucas Body. We got that nigga straight out to come out. Man, I knock Rolly out. I said, yeah, okay, go ahead, baby. I said, hold on, nigga. Are you saying he's easy work? He's easy work. Easy work. I had that nigga going. I said, hold on.
And then told him to get on social media about it. Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
He did.
Exactly. That shit went viral too. But anyway, you know, Rolly is doing what everybody wants fighters to do and say. So while he's not that great of a fighter and he doesn't look good, there's no eye candy there in terms of his style, nigga.
Not at all.
The fact that he's out here trying to push to get these fights, I like the kid, man. And Rolly's TMT. So is Tank Davis. What did old big nostril ass Leonard Ellaby say after Tank beat fucking Mario Barros? And no, it wasn't fucking nostril, man. It was Floyd Mayweather with his goddamn bald spots in his fucking head. This bald spot head ass nigga was saying that they're not going to make fights with anybody else, only in-house fights. Well, Rolly's an in-house fight, make it. Fuck it. If you're not gonna fight anybody else, you're not going to fight Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor will fuck Tank Davis up. And a lot of niggas going to get mad at 2K because I just said that. But what?
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Niggas going to be mad I said Josh Taylor fuck Tank Davis up. He will.
He will.
Regis Prograis fucked that nigga up too. Just like Tyson told Tommy Hearns when he was standing in front of Sugar Ray Leonard. Fuck that nigga up.
Yeah.
Tommy. That's exactly what the fuck Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis would do to Tank Davis.
He making fun of your linguistic skills.
Linguistics. Nigga said the wrong word. Linguistics, nigga. Nigga said linguistics. That's exactly what Tyson said. Right. He fucked Tank ass up, nigga. Both of them would. But they're not gonna fight neither one of them cats. So fuck it, just give me Rolly. Not gonna see nobody else anyway. Rolly got an interim belt. He likes minor titles. Fuck it. The shit that was the stupidest shit I ever seen, bro. Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz for the WBA super title at 130 and the WBA regular title at 135. Never seen anything like that in my life.
Never seen nothing like that in my life. That just goes to show two things we tell y'all about. Number one is too many belts, but number two, these sanctioning bodies, you can pay these niggas off.
Yup.
There's no way the WBA should have allowed a regular title to be defended against a super title of another division.
Exactly.
Makes no fucking sense. They were sitting there like, I guarantee they probably was like, well, it's against how much is that money? Oh yeah, make that fight. Scratch that rule off.
Exactly.
Make an amendment that,
Exactly. I'll never understand why they did that. But like you said, money talks. Like Chris Tucker, motherfucker. That's exactly what it is. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I like Rolly. The kid's doing everything he's supposed to do, saying what everything he wants to say. Y'all got to stop hating on Rolly. Fans was actually booing the nigga. I didn't understand that. He knocked the kid out. What was the boo for?
Because of the way he fights. And Rolly has a rough style. I don't mind that style.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. Like, but why would you boo him because his style sucks? It's a bunch of Mexican fighters that, like, Jaime Munguia's fucking style sucks. And I was at the Jaime Munguia versus Spike O'Sullivan fight that was actually at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas last January. I covered that fight. The Mexicans was cheering like a motherfucker out there. Why are they booing Rolly? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep.
Over this
Sweden guy. Over this guy from Sweden too at that.
Yeah, nigga from Sweden. Ain't nobody can fight from Sweden, nigga. And that includes Badu Jack. Why you think Badu Jack losing to retired fighters like John Pascal, nigga?
Oh, man.
Badu Jack sucks and always sucked. That nigga lost to Derek Edwards. Get this nigga was slumped in the corner looking like Jermaine Taylor. Get this nigga out of here.
Yeah, he did. He sure did, dog.
Never liked Badu Jack. Never understood this push for Badu Jack. Never understood it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Dig It Yig It, nigga. They both from Sweden. Nobody fighting from there, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like Errol Spence said, nigga, I ain't afraid of no nigga from Nebraska when he was talking about Terrence Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, if I was a boxer and nigga trying to come through fight me from Sweden, nigga, I won't even train.
I'll be like my man in the great white hype and shit, running after the ice cream truck, all overweight. Nigga.
Roll up in a fight with a big ass belly, nigga. Ice cream on my fucking dried up ice cream on my navel, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Walking to the ring, smoking a cigarette and shit.
Hell yeah. Now hold my shit. I'm about to knock this nigga out. Hold my shit, nigga. Sweden just as bad as Australia, nigga. Australia actually a little better. And that's bad when Australia is better than you, nigga. I'm saying?
That's bad. The worst is New Zealand though. They ain't got shit down there.
I think New Zealand's better than Australia, dog. I don't know,
They
man.
might be. They neck and neck. It's like 1 and 1.01.
Yeah, because at least New Zealand got fucking Joseph Parker. Who the fuck does Australia got? George Camboody? That's all they got. Who they got? Tim Zoo? No, none of them niggas champions yet, right?
No, that's true. You're right about that.
Joseph Parker was WBO.
You're right,
right?
about that. Yep.
New Zealand might have the edge right now. But yeah, man, like I said, Rolly's doing his fucking thing, bro. Niggas need to stop hating on him and shit. I really want to see him in fights, man. You got anything else you want to add to this show, bro?
No, not really, man, because everything else is just kind of stupid. I know y'all want us to go into Tyson Fury and want to, you know what? I will say this. No, Nino Donaire, quit acting like a fucking beta male, man. Stop, dog.
Oh, man.
Stop, dog. If a nigga do talk about your wife, that's when you whoop his ass.
Oh, man.
You don't back out of a fight because a nigga's talked about your wife. That's when you really want to fuck him up, whoop his ass.
I don't know, man. Like, this is why I tell you guys, stop idolizing these fighters, man. Because all they're going to do is let you down at the end of the day.
Man.
If you understand the concept of defending the honor of your family or your girlfriend, your wife, whatever you got, then this was a perfect example for Nonito Donaire to do that. The reason why Nonito Donaire didn't do that is because he's thinking dollars first. And he's saying, hey, I'm not going to give John Rio Casimiro fucking money to be able to fight me. That's that uppity shit, man. Nose in the air, chin up, and pinky up, nigga. You talk about my wife, I'm not going to give you the honor to fight me. That's that stupid. I hate when motherfuckers call boxing.
I'm not gonna give him a big payday. Okay, so he fights Regan Dow, then he'll go on and
he right. He goes on fight. No, he takes food off your plate. Right?
No shit, no.
Right. Just like Errol Spence did with Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. Take food off your goddamn plate. Right?
Yeah. You don't want that steak. That's a porterhouse.
Yeah, you don't want that, dog. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We eat these in Texas. You don't know nothing about this right here.
I hate when fans call boxing a gentleman's sport. What the fuck is that?
Oh no.
It's not a gentleman's sport, nigga. There's nothing gentleman-like about beating the shit out of another person. And with possibility of that person that got the shit beat out of him, right, having permanent damage, possibly damage that's fatal, right? There's nothing gentleman about that. It's not a gentleman's sport. It's a gladiator sport.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? That's the correct term. And Nonito Donaire, with his pinky up in the air, is acting like he's the guy that's saying this is a gentleman's sport. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Defend your wife's honor. What did he say? You want to snack on my nuts? Nigga, I wish a nigga would tell my wife to come snack on his nuts. You'll see a nigga 225 pounds of muscle at your motherfucking front door, nigga. That's what you gonna see. That's what you gonna see, nigga. You ain't gonna see me. What? Wait a minute. You said my wife can snack on your nuts? Well, I won't give you any attention. I'm flabbergasted at the idea, but I would never give you the attention of me punching you in your face. Never.
Not to mention, like, what made it worse was during the live, his wife told him, no, honey, you go back there. I got this. No.
My wife would never step in between me and man shit.
No.
It don't matter if I'm a boxer and she's my fucking manager. Your wife, your woman, never steps in between you and man shit. Never. Wife sits back and says, hey, my man about to fuck your ass up. Good luck. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. See what Andrew Maguire said right here? I'll fuck his wife. Nonito Donaire should come to you and fuck you up.
But he won't.
But he won't.
I'm not gonna give you the honor of seeing my face.
Exactly.
I see you at a fight, I'll walk right past you. Fuck you, guy.
That's no
right.
Donaire.
Right. I'm not giving you an interview, Andrew Maguire. I will not do it because you want to have you want to fornicate with my wife. I would never give you an interview. This nigga out of here.
That's exactly what the nigga would do. Walk away.
That's what he did to John Rio Casimiro. My wife says that this fight would never happen, and it's not going to happen. This nigga out of here, man. Beta. All right, man. We gonna get the fuck out
Ask
of
a
here,
nigga that
bro.
whoop your ass if you could take the belts home and take pictures with
Oh, exactly. No, it wasn't the belts. He said
the trophy.
he asked Noah Inoue if he could take the WBSS trophy home so he could take pictures with it with his kids because he promised them that he would bring it home. That is the most beta male shit I have ever seen in my life. You get your motherfucking ass whooped, dog. And you tell the fighter that whooped your ass, hey, man, I appreciate you whooping my ass, but look here, brother. Could I get that trophy that you won from whooping my ass? Borrow it for a second. I get right back. You know what I'm saying? I just want to take a picture with my kids. What the fuck? Anyway, man. Jason Burr said, last question. Who wins, Paul or Woodley? Hey, Jason, man, we don't cover that bullshit. We don't cover that, big dog. We cover boxing. We don't cover circus shows, man. We don't cover that. We don't cover that. Go look on 3kingsboxing.com, Jason Bird. You will not see any coverage of Mayweather, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and Nate Robinson, Jake Paul and DSL, whatever that nigga's name was, or was it Logan Paul and DSL? I don't even remember, bro.
I don't even remember.
You won't see no coverage of none of that shit. Oh, and you know what? That shit it would give us major clicks, right? Yep. Major clicks. But we ain't no sellouts. We like boxing, real boxing, not clown shows. We don't cover it. So I could give a fuck about who wins between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. Hell, Tyron Woodley might get paid to take a dive. Like, what's the other boy name? What the nigga name that dived? Ben Askren? Dive, nigga. Easy. Nigga, dive. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the replay and look after the fight when Ben Askren, dumbass, gets up. The nigga smiling. Hey, yeah, nigga just won a couple million, nigga, for that. Shit.
Yeah, I got that kind of McGregor money.
Exactly. I don't trust none of that shit. Anything that got a Paul or a Logan or a Hogan on it, nigga, I don't trust none of that shit. Jake the Fake, none of that. Don't trust none of it, nigga. If I see Jalen Love anywhere, I don't trust it.
I won titles too, champ.
Nigga said I won. Yeah, he said I got my belts too, champ. What belts, nigga? You ain't got no motherfucking belts. You mean the minor titles, motherfucker? Jalen Love ain't never won a major title in his goddamn life. Ever.
And you know what? Let me say this too. Do you know how you know Rolly Romero is not that good? Do y'all see Floyd at any of his fights?
Nope. Anti-TMT. That's fucked up, ain't it? Floyd was even at Angelo Leo's fight, I think.
That's what I'm saying. But I should tell y'all right now.
That nigga was at Angelo Leo's fight. I think when he fought not Stephen Fulton, the other cat, Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams, yeah.
Yeah, he fought Terrence Williams. Floyd was at his fight, bro.
Oh man. That should tell you everything y'all need to know about what Floyd think about Rolling. He's like,
that shit bad, bro.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
That's bad, man. All right, man. We're going to get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all know what it is. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for your source of pure, unadulterated boxing information, man. Show us some love over there on Twitter and on Instagram. Both handles are at 3kingsboxing. And then, of course, on Facebook, man, where we get a hell of a lot of love and a whole lot of shit happens over there because we get a whole lot of love over there. Facebook.com/3kingsboxing is the motherfucking URL to get to that page, man. Go ahead and subscribe to that page and follow it. Click that button at the top of the page to where you can see anything that we post on the 3 Kings Boxing page first. Pop up on your timeline, man, so y'all niggas can get all the latest shit boxing related. You know what I'm saying? We will show up one day again for another podcast. For everybody that showed up here, definitely appreciate the cats in the chat. Appreciate the donations via the chat on YouTube. Also the donations to the PayPal. You know what I'm saying? I saw my motherfucking phone lighting up for some donations on the PayPal. Definitely appreciate that. We don't ask for them. So when you guys give them, we definitely appreciate that shit, man, for a lot of the work that my guys do. My man Bo Bland, my man Jarrell Fletcher, Mike Wilson, Bakari Simpson, and all of our affiliates, all the hard work that we do for you guys on a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week basis. And also my man, Red Adrian Tilla. Until the next one, we out this bitch.